A long time ago, hidden among green hills, there was a beautiful little village. The people of that village were simple-hearted, hard-working, and full of love for one another. On the edge of the village, there was a wide green meadow where the villagers used to leave their sheep to graze. Among those villagers was a small but lively boy named Jack. Jack was very smart, but also quite naughty. He loved to laugh and joke, but sometimes his mischief went too far. One day, the elders of the village decided that Jack was still young, but it was time for him to learn responsibility. So, they gave him the duty of guarding the flock of sheep. They said to him, "Jack, your job is to stay near the meadow all day. Take care of the sheep, and if ever a wolf comes, shout for help so that the villagers can come quickly to save the sheep." For the first few days, Jack did his job with great excitement. He sat under the shade of the trees, played his flute, watched the sheep, and stayed happy. But after some days, he began to feel very bored. There was no one to talk to, no games to play, only silence, the sound of the wind, and the bleating of the sheep. Then, one day, a mischievous idea came to his mind. He thought, "Why not have a little fun today? Let's make the villagers laugh." Thinking this, he suddenly ran toward the village and shouted loudly, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf has come! The sheep are being attacked!" The villagers, who were busy with their daily work, dropped everything and came running. Some grabbed sticks, some picked up stones, and others lit torches. They all rushed to the meadow, but there was no wolf, only Jack standing there and laughing loudly. The villagers were shocked. An old man said angrily, "Jack, what kind of joke is this? We really thought there was danger." Jack laughed and said, "Oh, the look on all of your faces was so funny." The villagers got upset and went back home. But the next day, Jack did the same thing again. This time too, he shouted, "Wolf, help!" And once again, the villagers came running, only to find no wolf but Jack laughing again. Now, the villagers were fed up. They said, "This boy is a liar. Even if he shouts again, we will not come." A few days later, one evening when the sun was hiding behind the hills, an eerie silence covered the meadow. The sheep started running here and there in fear. Jack looked around and froze in shock. A real, fierce wolf had come out from behind the bushes. The wolf growled and jumped toward the sheep. Jack's eyes filled with fear. He screamed, "Help! Please help! This time it's real! The wolf is here!" But the villagers no longer believed him. No one came to help. Some even heard his cries but laughed and said, "It must be another joke." Jack kept crying and shouting for help, but nobody came. The wolf killed many sheep and ran back towards the mountains. Jack sat on the ground, crying bitterly. He finally understood the result of his lies. The next morning, when the villagers came to the meadow, their hearts sank at the sight. Jack was sitting quietly, with regret in his eyes. He said softly, "I made a joke, and that joke took everything away from me." Moral of the story: lies can bring serious consequences. Even small lies can destroy trust and reputation. And when you finally tell the truth, people may not believe you anymore. This story teaches us to always speak the truth and be honest. It reminds us that lying, even for fun or entertainment, always leads to loss and regret. That was today's story. Now, tell me, what did you learn from this story? Write your answer in the comments. I'll be waiting to read your thoughts. And yes, don't forget to like, subscribe and share Tales by Manis. Thank you for being a part of this journey.